Hello and welcome to the Munce Report for Derby weekend as we head into an exciting week of racing for Melbourne Cup week. Trainer Chris Munce joins us to give us all the latest on the stable's runners, coming off another huge weekend double courtesy of impressive wins by Kavak and Correa. Welcome, mate. It was certainly a big weekend for owners David Devine and Neville Morgan last week as the famous Cerise and Black Silks saluted for a double.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? I mean, Kavak, he certainly hit a purple patch this preparation. Since he's been gelded, he's just been a completely different horse. And I just thought to see him take control of the race from the front the way he did on last Saturday was a testament to him. And he certainly looks like he's back racing with good confidence. So it was good to see him win. And it was also good for Correa to be able to sort of win the way he did on a soft track and come from where he did. And really run through the line quite strongly. He looks to be a nice horse, and he'll probably get out to a mile, 2,000 metres in time as well. So he's done a good job this prep.
Yeah, it was really great to see Kavak back to his best in Metro grade, and obviously that makes it 2 from 2 to kick off his preparation. Obviously, you were a little bit starting the preparation a bit tentative, or wanted to see how he'd come back. What are you thinking for him now? Have you made any plans for him moving forward? Or?
Yeah, well, look, I think if he keeps on improving, which I'm sure he will, I think we've got to give him his opportunity to fill these better 3-year-old races leading into the Magic Millions. He himself is Magic Millions, so we'll just have to assess his next couple of runs, which will be over 1,200, and we'll go from there. So, but look, he's certainly a nice horse, and he's just a very fast galloper, and it'd be lovely if we can get him out to the 1,400 metre trip. He'd be able to have a lot more variety of races available to him then.
Okay, and Correa, obviously that was his maiden win, so I guess you just worked through grades with him.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he'll step out to a mile next start, and hopefully we can progress him out to 2,000 metres at some point. And like I say with him, if he can get out to a staying sort of trip, well, that opens up a whole new box of options for him as well. Yeah, he can get out to a few of them better 3-year-old staying races later on.
Very good, and those results makes it 21.5 winners for the season. So the stable's maintaining its position in 5th on the Queensland Trainers Premiership with a 20% strike rate. So congratulations to the entire team. The momentum continues, and I guess that dovetails into the preview for this weekend. You've got runners heading to Doomben and the Gold Coast on Saturday, which precedes a huge Cup week with a stack of runners nominated for Cup Day meetings across southeast Queensland. And also Wednesday at Kilcoy, which was transferred from Friday. So Doomben Saturday, let's preview the runners there. I guess the momentum could continue for the Cerise and Pink team with Shalar Colt, 2-year-old colt EVERLAST, making his debut in a cutest 2-year-old Colts and Geldings handicap over the 1,100 metres.
Yeah, I think he's a nice colt. He's certainly still very raw and got a lot to learn, and he's not 100% screwed down, but he's showing me good ability on the track. There's no doubt about that. And obviously, you just don't know what they're going to do when they turn up on race day. But he seems to be a pretty sensible chap, very professional. He always has been since day one. So I'm sort of hoping that will take him a long way when they get under race day pressure and get into the bird cage with a lot of people around them. Sometimes it can affect them a little bit differently. But I'm just hoping with him that he takes it all in his stride. And if he does, I've got no doubt he'll run a very, very cheeky race.
And Larry Cassidy aboard from Barrier 7. Larry's obviously partnered him in his trials also.
Yeah, Larry trialled him, and he was happy with how he went. So he'll, he's had a good feeling now. Galloped him a couple of times, so I'm sure he'll know what to do on him.
Very good. So that's the opening race on the program. We then move over to race 8, which is SUPERBOWL Sunday. No luck with the draw there, 15 for 15. He does come in a couple with a few early scratchings at this point, but I guess he's still going to be jumping from a wide gate no matter what.
Yeah, well, he will, but I mean, he's got to go around. He's been a little while between runs, and he certainly needs to get a gallop into him. He looks very well. He's quite bright and fresh. So, look, the instructions to Larry will be just do the best he can from an awkward draw. Where he gets to in the run, I've got no idea. But I'm sure Larry will give him a good ride and give him his chance to finish the race off as best he can.
Okay, we then move over to race 10, the Sky Racing Benchmark 80 handicap over the 1,350 metres. Unguarded lines up here. Missed a run last week, obviously due to the rain, and she heads in off the back of that impressive win at Doomben over the 1,200 metres last start.
Yeah, well, she's just a real beauty. This mare. I mean, continues to please me in the stables at home and looks great. So Larry obviously rode her the other day, and the fact that she's drawn a bit better there on Saturday, I think he'll be able to basically put her wherever he wants. Obviously, she's not a speed horse, but it'd be lovely to see her travel midfield and get a similar sort of run as what she did 3 weeks ago. So there's certainly no knock on her. She's holding together well and seems to be in a happy space at this point in time.
Okay, very good. Gold Coast on Saturday, you've got 3 runners accepted there. 3-point Missile goes around in a maiden plate over the 11-10 metres with Alan Chow to ride, looking to break his maiden, and he's also had a bit of time between runs.
Yeah, he's very frustrating, this horse. I've never seen a horse look so well and work so well, but just doesn't seem to put it together on race day. But, you know, he's a few runs in now, and I just hope that Alan can find the key to him and give him a good ride behind the speed there somewhere, and just get into the right part of the track. And if he can finish off late like he did at Ipswich a couple of runs back, he'll certainly be in the finish. But he's certainly a bit of a trick, this guy. And, if, you know, the day we get can I unlock the door with him, I think he should be able to break through for a couple more wins.
Yeah, of course, we spoke about a couple of months ago. He went close at Ipswich, didn't he? So he could well have already broken his maiden already. So fingers crossed for the weekend. Race 8 is a Class 1 handicap over the 1,400 metres, where you've got 2 runners engaged here, ICONISTA and Galvarino, who is a third emergency, so sweating on a run there. Galvarino second up, and ICONISTA obviously missed a run last week due to the rain at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, well, both horses really need to have a gallop and get a bit of fitness under their belt. ICONISTA in particular, she's been a little while between runs for whatever reason, bad barriers and wet tracks, but she's drawn well on Saturday. So I would think that she'll posse up just behind the leaders. She may even lead herself, but she won't be far away no matter what. And it'll only be a bit of fitness that she might be found wanting late, but whatever she does on Saturday, she'll improve a lot on. But that's not saying I still think that she's sort of forward enough to be competitive in a race like this. Galvarino's just drawn a little bit tricky. He's going to need probably a good ride from his gate, but I thought his run the other day was actually better than what it looked where he finished. I thought he sort of over-raced. He was a bit fresh and did a few things wrong mid-race. So I'm sure that'll be a different case on Saturday.
Okay, well, that's the runners for the weekend. And then I guess all eyes turn to Cup Day meetings. You've got a large contingent of nominations for those meetings, but I guess acceptances aren't out as yet, so it makes it a little hard to preview. What about the Cup itself? It's a race you've won before and a race racing fans all love. Still haven't forgiven you for defeating Champagne when the money was on those years ago when you were aboard Jezebel. But anyway, that's a different story. Do you like anything in the race? And I guess as a Melbourne Cup winning jockey, what's the key to winning a Melbourne Cup?
I keep looking at Anthony Van Dyke. I really do. I just think his run in the Caulfield Cup was as good a trial as you'd want to see anywhere. I know everybody sort of dismisses that sort of a flashing run, but I just felt that he had a few things against him with a wide run, but he just kept powering to the line under pressure. And to me, he just looked like a horse that's looking for Flemington, looking for a big track, and looking for 2 miles. So he's my selection I'd like to be riding if I was in the Cup this year.
Very good. Yeah, it was a big run, wasn't it? He's about a $9 chance, I think, in betting markets. So, and you did tip us into the Cox Plate winner last week, Sir Dragonet with Bossy aboard. So we probably should stick with you here. What about in the Derby? Obviously, different sort of race, a lot of untested 3-year-olds and different sort of form lines. But what do you think there?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, the Derby's completely changed the way it's programmed and the way that trainers get horses into it now. I mean, here you've got the favourite. He's only had 2 starts. He's going into a VRC Derby 3rd run in a race. Well, years ago, that was unheard of. The horses would have had to have had half a dozen or 10 runs leading into the Derby. But it's interesting the way times change. And I still think the horse of Paddy Payne's is a very nice horse. And I thought its win the other week was a terrific win. So I think it'll be the one to beat in the Derby.
Cherry Tortoni, the one you mean in the
the
top in the tie the knot colours.
That's right. Yeah, no, I thought his run at Moonee Valley the other day when he won was terrific, and he certainly looks like the model at 2,500 will suit him down to the ground.
Yeah, well, it's an exciting week, or couple of days, and then leads into August, obviously Oaks Day and Stakes Day. So, no doubt, all racing fans will be excited, and particularly a lot of the owners that you have in the stable that have runners potentially going around on Cup Day. Lots of meetings everywhere. Then we move over to let's take a look at Kilcoy. That's the meeting that was scheduled for this Friday, but has been moved to Wednesday due to the state of the track. You've got two runners there in Better Rush and Royal Sheen. Better Rush is first up here in a cutest 3-year-old maiden plate over the 800 metres.
Yeah, well, I thought the cutest money was too good to knock back. I mean, she's a filly that I think goes quite well. But, you know, I just want to get a bit of cutest prize money into her, and I just thought this was the right race to run her in. So she'll go around. She's had a couple of short jump outs, which she went very, very well in. So she's had enough work under her belt for a good 800-metre race. And I think that, you know, from that draw, she should give herself every chance, race on the speed, and I'm sure she'll be right there in the finish.
Very good. And the family-owned Royal Sheen, he's finally drawn a half-decent barrier 7 in a Class 1 plate over the 1,500 metres. Yeah,
the major owner, she was quite disappointed the meeting was transferred. But anyway, she'll have to wait. I just have to wait till Wednesday. And he's another horse that I think looks really well at the moment in the stable. His coat looks good and he's holding good condition for him. And it looked a nice race for him to be going around in. So hopefully the weather finds up and we can get to see him gallop on Wednesday.
And speaking of weather, I guess you'll be looking forward to a big team of runners trialling at Doomben on Monday. That's weather pending, so there's a large contingent jumping out there.
Yeah, trials on Monday at Eagle Farm, Adam. Yeah, they're got quite a lot. I mean, there's been a bit of a backlog. I would suggest there'll be big nominations. As you know, we've been down the Doomben A track, and we haven't been able to jump out very often. So there'll be quite a lot of horses nominated to trial. So yeah, we've got some nice young horses that are just starting their preps.
Very good. And looking ahead to the next set of trials and jump outs, I believe, you know, we're looking ahead to the next generation. You've got some nice youngsters that have already we've witnessed a couple of 2-year-olds there with Bedini's Girl and Rhapsody Rose, but the next generation, you're looking to the next jump outs for Your Song filly, who you've got an opinion of for the next jump out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so the ROMMEL colt that I've got and the Your Song filly, they'll both jump out, and they're two really nice 2-year-olds. The ROMMEL's, he's just got a lovely kind nature, and he's a very strong horse as well. So it'd be interesting to see him step out. But the Your Song filly just really impresses me a lot in her demeanour in the stables and the way she behaves and the way she trains and works and everything. She's just a pleasure to have, and quite a big filly, but she's very, very well balanced and carries herself nicely. And a couple of times I've put her down and galloped her, she's actually really impressed me with how she sort of lengthened stride and quickened up. So, yeah, she's a filly I've got a hell of a lot of time for.
Yeah, interesting. And obviously, early days, you were thinking she was more a 3-year-old, but just as you say, she jumped out of the ground in this preparation.
Yeah, she has. I didn't expect her to be getting to the trials at all this early, but you know, she hasn't put a foot wrong. She's sound. She's not shin sore, and she continues to eat and impress me in the stable. So whatever she's doing that, we'll just keep pushing her a little bit further, and she'll certainly tell me when she's ready to go and have a bit of a let up.
Well, exciting times. I believe that the ROMMEL's all sold, as in ownership opportunities all done, but that there's still some remaining in the Your Song filly, so people can get in touch at admin@munceracing.com.au if they are interested or want to know some more information. So interesting times for those set of babies, and that's the wrap, mate. That's the weekend. Big weekend of racing for racing fans everywhere, and also the stable. So all the best to yourself and connections.
Good on you. Thanks, Adam.